don't take some. Bamukona mene la mambula mene alikichuma iwe. Umpula kesa kumsiriza takadana na kaka. Didijandela na sikana ramtungu. Namusa ni kutiana kuzijandela iwe. Mause, mause kosi. Mause, mause selelo. Mause, mause kosi. Mause, selelo. Katika ona maja potata. Samene na shida, nota wa iwe. Wakaona kuli inafani. Baza kuyasha, kaswidi kukacha. Darling, buy me some shoes, baby. Even we, bakuyasha, kaswidi kukacha. Mama, darling, kiss me, I love you. Even we, bakuyasha, kaswidi kukacha. Mause, mause kosi, mause, mause selelo, mause, mause kosi, mause, mause selelo. Okuna mukazi, safunero kongola, sambitu sukelsi, tingela to problems. Now is on the gonna back it up. Chumanzie, Naposipena Pumaso. This darling, buy me a cup of I love you. Then I told you, Kapuluma, he went. Come darling, let's go for dinner tonight. Kapuluma, and the on take you in. Mause, katika ona maja potata. Samene na shida, nota wa iwe. Wakaona kuli inafani. Baza kuyasha, kaswidi kukacha. Darling, buy me some shoes, baby. UPND, Babuyasha, Mama, Daddy, it's me, I love you. UPND, Babuyasha, City Talk, Bauze, Bauze, Gozi, Bauze, Bauze, Sereno, Bauze, Bauze, Gozi, Bauze, Bauze, Sereno. Darling, buy me a car 'cause I love you. Lelo usiku sindi nagonde, lelo kutulo nalo takazi wanga, analikundiusa mau, sinzayo wala, analikundiusa mau, sinzayo wala. Berani mau mwekazi wanga, analikundiusa, berani mau mwekazi wanga kutulo, analikundiusa, berani mau. Analikundiusa, berani mau, analikundiusa. Lelo mawela mamawa, muriendo la vire buino, ay, kaya, kwa malala, kaya, manalume ojani, osankala panganda. Masiku onse Congo yambana nalema unifuna mwezo chitopa pata kuninama kuninyengelela katika mwana katonto komalero neo naipa kaya masiku onse munucha mawa mosi na mosi ukutirindila nikakupambe mwinu kayolemela nangatika kota seo tikaliyolemela neonaluza siya mwanyunjika panganda kanisaka ya malasha neonukonkhalini ndalama ano ni mweo wanufuna palume wangu kujenkoni umwe wa masiku wano nonyengesera wakukwa sosiwika alume wangu leo nikasowa ukanikumbuke zanu izo Chikondi, sorry milana yai. Chikondi, soda wana pagati yai. Wachikondi, otwala mtima wake onse. Wamwana kazi wake. Chikondi, sorry milana yai. Chikondi, soda wana pagati yai. Wachikondi, otwala mtima wake onse. Wamwana rume wake. Kulie chiko kotieni. Tiende, 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 tiende mama tiende, tiende mama tiende, 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 tiende mama tiende, tiende mama tiende, 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 tiende mama tiende. Tiende mama tiende, 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 tiende mama tiende, tiende mama tiende.
Oh, nice Zambian music. Nice Zambian music. Oh, yeah. So what has happened to your football, you footballers? You football fans.
Vambo kuilishanya Arsenal ati referee no the chipanda cha chisela
Awe referee, we call that referee Diramba. Diramba.
Ati chipanda cha chikula ukuli chesu cha chivechi no.
We call that referee Diramba.
Akatama X was 100.
Diramba. At why was the stadium very hot?
Yeah, the temperature was very hot for my players.
But there were enough fans there. What happened?
It's Arsenal.
There were enough fans. How did it become so hot? There were enough fans. There were enough fans there.
Enough fans in the stadium, eh?
Yes, now how did it become hot?
At Kwachikaba sana.
Awe, ama fans eko ya chwaingi sana.
The usual Arsenal.
Yeah.
It's next season. They will get the cup next season.
No. Even if we lose this match, we still can get the next match we win, but we're still in the game. Now we tie up one can. We're still there.
At least it's not like a 5-year thing. Are you going to wait for 5 years?
25.
You're not waiting for 5 years. No. At least
yeah.
Just a season. You are next. You are in for another thing again.
Okay.
Ngayale 5 years. I'm a football club. Ya mingayala pwano. 5 years. Gakula wama defection nako.
Anyway,
I hope Daka joins Liverpool.
Yeah, I hear something like that. Yeah. Yeah,
they want to get Daka.
He'll do well there. He'll do well.
Okay.
Yeah, he's going to do well there. You know,
because his team is going to be relegated. They're Division 1 number from Championship. Well, Leicester.
Yeah, Leicester.
Leicester here in the UK.
No, where Daka plays.
Oh, yeah. It's just nearby where we stay. It's about 35 kilometers.
Okay.
Oh, Leicester. Okay. Leicester.
Yeah.
Oh, now I recall correctly. The wife to Patson Daka is a daughter to this former Bank of Zambia governor. We
Okay.
got on the same plane when she was coming to see the husband here. Now I recall very well.
Okay.
Which
Yeah.
former bank of, which one?
This not just give me
Mangande.
name. Come again?
No, Mangande was the finance minister.
No, not Magande. The other
Bank
one.
of Zambia.
Just give me names. I'll tell you.
Fundanga.
Correct.
Fundanga.
Caleb Fundanga.
That's odd.
Caleb,
That's odd money. That's odd money.
Is loaded.
Those are odd. That's odd money. We call it odd money.
And the odd is part a shareholder of Lusaka Investing. One of the investors.
Yes, investor of Lusaka. He's a co-founder.
Okay.
Those have invested in timeless investment. Timeless.
Yeah.
I married well then because those people, that's what we call odd money.
Odd money.
Yeah, odd money.
Okay. Tashipwa.
About grandparents, grandchildren of generation wealth.
Generational wealth. If we can have many people getting into generation wealth, maybe the country can stabilize economically more.
No, it also depends on the children you leave. There are some people who their children cannot continue the chain of management, wealth management.
Yes.
It's very important to educate your children about management.
Charity begins at home.
You know, like you today you can for God forbid you can pass on and then you leave your wealth to your children, but your children won't know how to handle that wealth. Okay, so that's how it is, and we've seen it in many families. You know, where you find like, look, they've left you assets, and you've just squandered the money.
Generational wealth. Generation wealth, it's supposed to be doubling. Where if your father left you $10, you leave your children with $20. But your children, grandchildren should leave whatever 20. So it's every generation, the money should be getting more and more and more and more.
More and more and more.
I think what we miss. I think what we miss as Zambia. Hakainde, how are you?
Don't even ask me that, Chufia. Right now, my brain is fried.
Okay.
We were praying
because of football.
Sort of music.
Who is that one? I mean, don't. Let's just get on the program, shall we?
Because of football.
Get on.
We're already in the program, but I think you've got a lot of devices on you.
You remember that song?
Yes. That used to be very nice.
Mr. Himwami.
I know I'm just provoking the situation. I know very well.
What are you trying to do now?
I'm just provoking the situation.
Let's get on the program, man.
All right.
Let's get on the program.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for joining the program. Of course, this is your host, Chanda Chilufya, broadcasting live from Ontario, Canada. And of course, we got some major topics that we need to delve in today. Of course, follow the Red Tag Media podcast. And of course, on Facebook and YouTube. And also like our pages. And encourage everybody to come and participate because your voice matters. Today, we're joined by our very own Dr. Danny, who's situated in Puerto Rico, enjoying the good weather, but is Canadian at heart. And we've got our very own, the voice that matters, our very own Iron Lady, Hakainde she's very, very, particular in things that she needs to discuss and stuff like that. And of course, we've got our own Himwani all the way from the UK. And he tells us he's from Stratford, a city
Upon Avon. Upon
what?
Avon.
Where was it Shakespeare was born?
Yeah, Stratford upon Avon. Because right in America, there's a town called Stratford there.
So
and
to
within
differentiate.
England here, there's another Stratford, but you have to be specific. Stratford upon Avon. There's a river called Avon. Yes.
Yeah, right. So that's where the Shakespeare was born. And of
Yes.
course, I'm sure there's a lot of poets in the city.
To be or not to be. To be or not to be. That's the question.
Oh, I believe it. So, but in any case, that we're here today, and we've got so many topics that we need to tackle, and of course, dissect. The first thing that's on the media right now, currently, believe it or not, is the launch of the mealie meal export to the DRC. Now, this has raised a lot of alarms. Remember last year, when we exported a few mealie meal, and then all of a sudden a drought hit and there was a shortage of mealie meal. So now the opposition are saying, like, look, they're back to the same thing again. There's people of Zambia are going to be hungry. Now, how do we justify this export of mealie meal to the Democratic Republic of Congo? And let's maybe remove the envelope and see what's important and the advantages of doing it, because we know that for the last farming season we hit like 3.6 million metric ton of maize there it was produced. Now Zambia only needs if correct me if I'm wrong, maybe somewhere somewhere there, million metric tons to consume. And so if we have all these other extra, you can correct me later on, but look, what are we saying? Okay, jobs are now going to be created, value-added exports, foreign exchange, and of course, we're now looking at Congo, which is a huge market. And Congo is a country that's always looking to buy food from Zambia. And that's why all these past years you've been seeing all this confusion on the border and stuff like that. Is because they want the Zambia mealie meal. Whatever ugali, uwali, whatever inshima. And they can only get it from Zambia, and because Congo, Zambia, the food that they eat, we eat is the same, really. To be honest. Now, quick question: will farmers benefit directly? Okay, or maybe to be the concentrated on the milling companies? So what are we looking at here? Are farmers going to benefit, or the millers, the ones that are going to get the big chunk of profits? Who do we start with today? Maybe Vahamwami, since you are a farmer.
Okay, I'll start. See, I'll take you back to the past maize marketing season. It left a lot of people, especially the farmers, disappointed with the late payment. Maybe this time the government has devolved where people now can sell the maize to anyone they want, especially the farmers. Maybe they can be paid quickly. And that any person who buys it this time can be a miller who wants to make exports to Congo DR based on the volumes, not margin, just volumes. The more they export, the more they get. we are going to have farmers selling maize to maize millers, to the millers, so that the millers that can buy the maize quickly, process it into mealie meal, and send it to Congo. Back again, they get the money, come and buy again. That frequency of buying, if it will be faster, it will entail that there's no one who will delay to pay the farmer the maize that has been supplied to them. So it's incumbent upon FRA now to strategize. If they have stock for this year, or which they have kept, they need to double what they always keep for the country. In case of a drought or in case of anything, there should not be something like opposition blaming the current government, like saying, look, you exported maize to Congo. We learned the lesson. So the thing of exporting, yes, can be there, but we need to have how can I put it? An extra stock. We have capacity to have that storage, extra stock. You're talking of us storing about 2 million metric tons, eh? If we can double that to 4 million, that's when the maize marketing starts. Then we are covered for 2 years. Mind you, this is an election year. We cannot go into August with farmers saying they have not been paid. Maybe by then there will be a lot of maize exported out of the country, and then the price of mealie meal just misbehaves. We need to put enough mechanism. So with the export of maize out there, the farmers will benefit, because some will enter even into direct arrangements with the Congolese. There are milling companies in Congo as well there. They would want the maize itself so that they add value to it. Farmers don't have they don't have milling plants. Like in my area, Nampundwe, you find even Congolese coming all the way from Congo to come and buy maize direct. They pay the farmers on the spot. So when farmers are paid on the spot at their home, it will encourage them. They'll buy the inputs early. They will buy the seeds. They'll do their preparation for the next farming season in time. Even the cost of inputs by then will be low. If this maize marketing season comes to the grassroots, the farmer in the village, this is a win-win situation. There will be no farmer who will complain like, I took my maize for sale somewhere, I'm not yet paid, this is November, this is December. It's a free market for maize. So I think it's a good move. It will help everyone, farmers and businessmen. And then the price for maize now will be free, much as the government can dictate a floor price, but there will be demand. The demand will increase. The winner takes it all. The one who offers the best price will get the maize. But government needs to buy enough stock. This is an election year. We don't want a situation where the opposition will come and say, hey, insala, mataba. We don't want that to happen. Let them put enough mechanism. And also the licensing part, where they'll be giving permits for exports. It needs to be transparent. We don't want to hear a situation whereby, like it's just the top people with maybe big connections that are getting the export permits. Even cooperatives now, local cooperatives, people that formed cooperatives should be given that permit. Maybe a cooperative in the village, they have 200 bags of maize, 300 bags. Let them export directly to Congo. Let them get the dollar. Let the dollar come in Zambia and use it at a cooperative. Imagine a village cooperative bringing in, maybe, argument's sake, $20,000 from Congo. They put it in Shibuyunji. They put that $20,000 in Shibuyunji. Surely won't you see some development there? Direct. So I think
in the backyard of my father at Shikatende village. Yes, we will.
$20,000. Tell me, what would you do with $20,000 in Shikatende?
Well, maybe what we need to ask is this, Vakalinda, what's your take on this one? What do you think? Is this a good move for us to be exporting mealie meal to the Congo? And is it going to, maybe starve our own local people in terms of shortages of mealie meal? What's the effects? What are we going to look at here? Because we need to understand the dynamics of this whole operation. We need to know whether we can be able to, export, without having a problem. Vakalinda, are you there?
I'm here, gentlemen. A little bit of technical issues, but I'm back. So we're talking about, maize being exported to the Congo. I mean, why are we only restricting ourselves to Congo? What about Tanzania? What about Kenya? I mean, what about Ghana? For all, we should be everywhere. We have enough land. We have a lot of manpower that can grow this maize, not just once a year. It could be, 3 times a year. I mean, adopt this modern day farming, mechanized farming, is the way to go. So I think, I don't know, anybody in their right mind who is going to say this is a bad thing. I think my brother here, Mr. Himwami, has covered all the basics. I don't want to, repeat myself, but all I'm saying, kudos. This is what the UPND promised, and we are delivering. We are less than 2 months before the elections. Kwenyu, and Sotsana. I end there.
Okay. Dr. Danny.
It's a good thing to export to Congo, but only under the right conditions, in my view. It must be carefully regulated by the government, in the sense that every time we have surplus production like this year, many people are saying they're going to harvest more than they require, including my sister in Mpongwe area. She's already complaining about where she's going to store her produce, because she has produced too much already. The maize are still in the field, but she doesn't have enough storage area to put it. So it's a very good move. That's type of incentive for the farmers to export. But my question is the government making this move? Are they necessary making the environment easier for the farmers? Are they helping them in a way? Because like my sister, as I said, in Pongwe, she's a peasant farmer. She says she's going to produce about 200 bags. She just lives there with 2 grandchildren. How is she going to export this maize to Congo, other than being exploited by the briefcase businessman who's going to come and buy her maize very, very cheaply and then go sell it in Congo? So we have to regulate the conditions or make the environment good for a peasant farmer. If we say we're going to export maize, please let's make sure that the beneficiary is that poor peasant farmer in Shibuyonji, Shigatende, Shabungumbo area. Okay? Other than a briefcase businessman who's going to go to Shigatende and exploit those poor farmers and then take the maize to Congo and make so much money. And this is what I see most of the times when the government opens the gates to export. The person who benefits is not a farmer. Actually, farmers are exploited in that case. So let the government assist these farmers to earn good money out of their sweat, out of their efforts. Because already businessmen, small briefcase businessmen are celebrating to hear that the government has allowed the export of maize to Congo. They are now hiring these trucks, going with money to go and buy maize cheaply in the villages and then go and make tons of money in Congo. So please, the government, if they're listening, help this poor farmer to get good money. It's a good move, but please help them in the export of their maize to Congo. Thank you.
Fantastic.
Matthew, can I interject a little bit? Just a little bit. That's something that an afterthought that came through. So yeah, it's a good move. I say that just as a by the way thing. Doc, I can buy your sister's 100 bags, just at the current floor price. I'll go and collect the whatever surplus she had. Talk to me on the sideline.
Yes.
I need
10%. I need 10%.
Yeah. So anyway, so that's that, and let's leave it there. Doc, call me up after this podcast. So one other thing that, talking about government being intentional in whatever they're doing to help our peasant farmers. Let's not have a thing where we are seeing internal recruitments by the police. Now that's a story for another day. I'm just correlating the two. So whatever that they're gonna do with this, they have to be transparent all the way through. And two, don't let all the maize go, please. Let's not have a situation where we sell everything and then come in a year or two, we don't have enough to feed ourselves. So we should have proper planning where, yes, we have the surplus, but let's look at what's coming in the future, because we already know we have a history of you get 2-3 seasons of good rainfall and then a year, 2 seasons of bad rainfall, and people are not producing enough to feed the rest of us. So whatever we're doing, put yes to the laws, but let's also have enough to feed ourselves for at least for 2 years. That way, we keep the price of maize. I mean, what do we call it in Zambia? Mealie meal at an affordable rate for our people. Yes, absolutely. So those are my 2 afterthoughts that I thought I should also add on to the.
So we got Dr. Chikonka is here. Then I think we also have Kazia just joined us. But Chikonka, how are you?
Well, I'm very well. So, sorry about that. I had to run to make sure I unmute myself.
Okay.
Otherwise, you end up commenting when people are commenting. That's kind of a little primitive. I don't like to do that, but sometimes I do it. So forgive me for that.
Okay, no problem.
Yeah.
No, this is a fun place where we at least it's our own platform. We can do whatever we want. Yeah, but in any case, what's your take on the current government has opened the floodgates to say, okay, now we can start exporting mealie meal to Congo and maybe even other countries. But for now, I think we were already exporting to Malawi, Tanzania, but the Congo, which is a huge market, because the Congolese, they eat the same food we eat, and it's a large population. I mean, the Congo's got 1.3 billion people. And
that's like China. That's a lot of people.
So,
anyway, I did hear commentary from Wahamwami and Wakalinda and Wadani. Every one of them made sense. I'll tell you one thing though. I feel personally, there's got to be safeguards for that kind of opening of the floodgates. Either the government sets the price, retail, is that right? Retail, whatever, sell price locally for everyone, everywhere, no matter where transportation means this and that. If they're selling a 50 kwacha a bag, it's across the country. But if they do not do that, they don't set up any kind of safeguards, trust me, there are some people like briefcase businessmen that are going to grow out of this. They'll go there and manipulate these farmers, buy these things, and then send them out to Congo. Like I think this is just like opening an opportunity for what is called smuggling and wrongdoing and there'll be some other things that will come out of this. There's a reason why the government needs to be involved into this. You just don't open up and say, Pante, go ahead. No, I think there should be a reason why. And I feel like if the government is helpful, personally, is to say, okay, a center for the government is going to regulate somewhere where all farmers in a certain constituency or close by sell all their produce to this center, and then this center now sells to someone else. But let the farmers be paid soon as they can. You know what I mean? Instead of having like let people go into say, okay, I've got 5, 6, 7 farmers. These are mine. These are mine. And then people have money. We have money. I have money. I can go there and say, this whole constituency I'm buying all the maize. We don't. It's wrong. We don't do that. I think they should have some kind of regulation to do that, than just letting it open up like that. It's true. We have enough. Like Hakainde said, we should not sell everything. We are fond of like, you know what? Let me sell even my last bag. I'm going to ask my auntie or my uncle or my cousin to give me some. And before the season is over, we start being starving again. We can't do that. So people should. I know it's hard to tell somebody to be starving to say don't sell everything, save some for later. But it's something that I feel like, as much as possible, we still need the hands of the government involved into how does this go about.
Yeah. Doctor, I think the whole concept around this businesses, I think what the president was envisioning was let's make farming to be more profitable, and instead of us just farming just as small scale farmers, why don't we elevate ourselves? And if you had 1 lima next year, 2 lima, 3 lima, you start progressing, and this is a push in that direction. It's more like an indirect push, in a sense that once we start exporting, there'll be that demand for our maize, and you can imagine, like, look, FRA is offering to buy the maize. If you saw what happened last season, they said, let's mop up all the maize. They bought every maize. I mean, almost every farmer, sold to FRA, and they paid them right there and then. So now FRA now is a huge company that's now representing the Zambian government to export all this extra maize or extra mealie meal to all these neighboring countries. So I think if you look at it in the way that the president was coining it into a profitable business, other than just being a loss income, it will see a lot of farmers coming up. All the small little guys that were subsidiary farmers start becoming commercial farmers. It become like huge, and that way, I think by the end of the whole operation, we will receive, or we're going to see a country that is feeding the whole region, like especially like the whole region, like talk about everywhere, like Zimbabwe, Congo, Malawi, Tanzania, all these things, because we have the maize that most countries don't have.
True, but you just said the right things here. I apologize for interjecting. You said the right things about FRA doing what they did. Well, if it's I don't think farmers selling to FRA is a loss. In fact, if they're being paid on time, that's where they should sell. And let the FRA deal with other governments as far as export is concerned. That will help, revenue coming into the country in one form. Now, if we allow these, private people to just like sell at any kind of price they want, and no regulation on how much a bag goes for, anybody, I'm going to sell for 50 kwacha, and I'm going to sell 70 kwacha tomorrow because there's a shortage, I think that's creating chaos. I feel like it's okay if the FRA is willing to go and buy from the farmers, pay them right away so they don't complain that they never get paid. That's all we need. That's encouraging. And sell it at a price that is, let the FRA pay it at the price that's more profitable, that where there's no illegality being promoted. I don't know. Is there any reason why FRA shouldn't buy it and do it themselves? Maybe somebody need to tell me that.
I think that's the whole concept. I think the FRA is the governing body that's going to represent Zambian farmers and other companies. So all farmers should sell their goods to FRA. FRA now, it's their mandate now to start selling it outside Zambia.
Correct. That's what I thought.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. I mean, that's what according to what I was reading. But anyway, let's hear from other people here. I mean, what's your take, Wakazia?
Oh, thank you very much. I've joined a little bit late. I was out, and I don't know where we are at. I can hear that we are currently discussing the issue of maize and giving permission for people to sell wherever they want. Now, Wajanda, if we had a system which is going to be what you're saying, it would be okay. But unfortunately, we don't have that system. And it is an impossible route to carry, where you say everyone should sell to FRA. I wish we had the numbered era where you take your maize,
Why is it impossible?
Why it's impossible is because you have liberalized the systems. The systems have been liberalized. And right now, you see, you give permission to people. First of all, you give them maybe a fertilizer support input program. Then you don't buy from them. Because if you don't buy or you get and then you don't pay, it creates a problem. Now, there are other people that have bought their own fertilizer and they have grown the maize. Those you can't stop them from selling where they want to sell. Now, because there's a very big difference between who has bought his own fertilizer and who has benefited from FISIP. The line is blurred. So the people that have export licenses that can sell elsewhere, they go and buy from people that were on FISIP, because FISIP is a government kind of subsidy. And then government cannot enforce that. If you get the government has failed, not that it cannot, it has failed to enforce the rules for which if you get fertilizer from government, how we are supposed to deal with it. Because again, government abrogates its own rules whereby, we get 300 bags, we pay you for 200, or you are not part of the 5 million, whatever. So there is a lot of problems that are associated with this. We have liberalized the agricultural sector. If we were clear from inception that agricultural sector, any produce, and this is the market price, not the FRA price, because there's a FRA price and then there's market price, which is just people going to sell to Congo. I have been to Kasumba Lesa. Literally, the entire Lubumbashi mealie will come from Zambia. So even if we say let's peg the payment that is in Congo, for instance, if in Congo the payment is like $100 per bag, that is what we should pay our people. Then you find that they'll find it more easy to sell within Zambia than to sell to Congo. So it's a very, very difficult arrangement. The intention is good. What we are discussing here is right, but I don't see that being implemented based on how the systems have been destroyed, unless we start to fix the systems and we take the politicians out of these businesses. Businessmen, politicians have killed this process, because immediately they use the connections and they start to be the suppliers. So if we left it at people that are in government, people that are they should stop being part of the businessmen, politicians. They let them shape policy. If you want to do business, get out of government so that you level the playing field. You create an enabling environment. You can't create an enabling environment which benefits you first and which is giving you a false start against other competing needs. That's how I see it. But let's see how it goes. But it will be very difficult, and I can see hunger inside.
Well, here's the thing about Wakazia. I think they said something that you're missing here.
Okay.
The whole intention of the whole operation of this is this. Not every, because if you look at the farmers, most of the maize that comes from that's being farmed in Zambia come from small scale farmers. Okay, most of them is small scale farmers. Now, this has been a strategy operation in a sense that they're saying, you small-scale farmers, when you bring FRA, we'll pay you on time. We pay you right there and then, which has been something that has never been done in the last 10, 20 years. Because you'd find that some of the farmers, they would, go to FRA and they would wait for years and years before they get paid. But this current government, elevated the situation and improved the situation whereby farmers can go there and they'll be paid on time. On time, it means you can be paid today, you can be paid tomorrow, you can even be paid next week. But it's not going to lead to a situation where it's indefinite. You don't know when you're going to be paid. I think let's be fair. Bakazia, let's be fair. Let's just be fair.
You didn't hear my point, Bachanda. I am not saying. No, you did not hear the point. The point of what I'm saying is a policy problem. You understand? It's not a political problem. What I'm telling you, it's a policy problem. Now, when you are going to mix the policy problem and political problems, you mix them up, you are not going to understand my point. If I want to be a political problem, I will tell you to say, wait a minute, is this the first new thing that is coming up? Because we know people were sleeping in it. Last year, people were sleeping in.
Yeah, Bakazia has dropped out. But in any way, not everybody is going to be paid at the same time, and not everybody will 100% be paid. But most.
How are you going to enforce the aspect of people selling maize to you, to FRA? How is that enforceable?
Look at the last season. Look at the last season. I can tell you what.
Last season. Maybe I might be lost.
No. Hold on, Bachanda. I think Wakazi has a point. It is true that the system has been liberalized. Meaning, when it says liberalized, meaning you're supposed to be forced to sell only to FRA. You can sell to anyone. That's the liberalization of the economy, I agree on that one. I agree on that one. We all agree on that one. Anybody can go and sell. But what I'm saying is this: we have small-scale farmers that may not have that capacity to go and take their produce to the Congo. They don't have that capability to do that. The easiest way is to go directly to an FRA within your region and get your money.
But let me tell you what is happening, which has been happening in the last 4 or 5 years. If you can allow me to just give you this example. Right now, the Congolese do not go in those rural areas and they buy.
Internet issue.
Can you hear me?
Oh, we can hear you.
Hello?
Now. Yeah, you keep on cutting.
No, what
off.
I'm saying is, I'm sorry, maybe it's my internet. The point is this, and the problem that is there is, Abama Congolese, the ones that want maize, they go all the way to the villages and buy from the villages. So when a person is producing this maize, they come and get from those small-scale farmers. They don't want the small-scale farmers to even go to Congo because by the time I left Congo, those are some of the challenges. I don't know if you can hear me, but I will rest my case on that one.
All right. Let's have some other people to join you on this one and give us their 2 cents before we go to the next topic.
Yeah. Can I?
So go ahead.
Yeah, just like Kazia said, he's re-echoing my sentiments, my earlier sentiments. When you are selling, you choose who you want to sell your maize to. But based on quantity, you need to do your due diligence also as a small scale farmer. How can you take 5 bags to Congo DR? You need maybe to team up, or you need to choose, like, say, these 5 bags are better sold to FRA. Local is lacquer. FRA will buy the 5 bags of maize. I'll wait for a reasonable time. But again, cooperatives are there, like I said earlier on. These cooperatives are not just meant for buying, for receiving fertilizer and the CD. They should also venture into business activities. Cooperatives can buy the maize. Maybe they have 200 members, they have 70 members. They put their maize together. You'll find maybe it's about 400, 500 bags of maize. When that maize is put together, certainly a buyer from Congo can come and buy. Or they can take the maize to Congo. Or that same guy who buys maize in the field can just find the maize heap, say, this is our cooperative, this is a maize. We have added value to the maize. We have harvested it. It's bagged. So you are going to buy it at a higher price than Kushtevala. Now, when someone buys a field, they'll even buy it at a lower cost because there's still some labor to be done there. There's harvesting, packaging, treating, storage.
That is so true, Imani. That is so true.
Storage. So, ngabasanga pya amatabana bayabika yadikale palichi pyramid. That is the best. Cooperatives now should wake up and say we can still make more money. By the time they have to pay to make down payments for their fertilizer, for the principal, you find that all the members have got the money. They pay at once and the fertilizer comes at once. The other hindrance which is there for the small scale farmers is even the rate at which they pay the FISIP money. Maybe 3-4 months. They're just trying to see how they can manage to clear up. But if as a cooperative they do it at once, you won't hear much problems with this FISIP. Cooperatives can be source of businesses. They can diversify from maize producing to maize marketing. Cut off that briefcase buyer. Briefcase buyer, Alesa, the cooperative has got enough maize to sell to Congo. I yield.
But Master, maybe just also add, what under me, I once did some briefcase buying.
Oh,
yes, I did.
Briefcase buyer?
Yes.
Petty cash dealer?
Okay.
Yeah, the way briefcase buyers do happen is you go there, you negotiate there and then and give the person the money and you get the maize. So another layer of how a person is going to say, oh no. And these briefcase buyers are everywhere, including the politicians that you see there. Briefcase buyer, you have a better understanding of where the market is. That is what the liberal economy has taught. It has taught people to be middlemen in everything. Oh, I was selling my goats. When I was selling my goats, I never went to the market. I just said, called Zambia, I didn't go to the I'm a market. Let's 500 per goat. Now 650 kwacha per goat. So 650 kwacha per goat. I said, oh, but 700. Me, I had my car to my 7-inch. I didn't have issues. I said, for ambush coming to the farm to buy them from there, and how you transport them is your business.
That's your business.
Mamona. So I sana moto kashita asenda. Nga kusenda nga kuipa aipaya nga kuja kuveti aya kuveti. Inengo lefa ama paper ya veti. It's not my business. You who is transporting the goats must clear everything that is there. So compliance is to you. So you find that this is what is happening back Congolese sana in these milling companies and in these maize marketing. To the point where I don't know food security might be at risk right now. Because they will sell and then last they will come and say to pay any social security. Social cash transfer. This is one of the things that increase social cash transfer demand. Is when people now they start blackmailing the politicians. So it creates a problem. Pay the social cash transfer. Politicians so they go there. No, not to increase the number of people that we are giving free money. How can we be proud as a country to do that instead of being proud of how many people we've added to the production sector? So those are some of the challenges that we have.
Our beloved President PS, our beloved, if you let me quickly come in again, our beloved Resident PS, welcome back. Please call me on the side. I need one goat in August. One goat at 650.
All of them, Mama. I showed all of them, and then
How can you say all the goats? How can you say all the goats? Okay, give me
That
some.
one, he can't make generational wealth. He's not a good man. He
Oh
can't
my
make generational wealth.
You cannot just
Bad start.
when you go to Zambia, just go and enjoy his boat. He's got a
But
big boat.
you must be present. Goats are very difficult animals to manage. You must be there. Ngawateka pombushi, you must know that imbushi every time. Lelo shaya ya mwabene baisa wapela ko shibiri.
Kulondolola. Kulondolola.
You really have to be on site. Ngawafuma ko you don't need them. Thanks, Hakainde.
All right, then I need 20 chickens.
Malaya Pidisha, what negotiations are going on here?
I am trying to spread our wealth.
You know what these people are saying? Barelandati, it's not just maize that can be sold to Congo. Nenkoko, nembushi, nengombe, utumwashitisha tematawaye kafi. That's what they are saying. Because
exactly.
In these villages, they don't just come for maize. They'll ask, what about these chickens? What about these goats? Goats are more portable than ing'ombe. Chickens and goats, very portable. Ing'ombe yari shupako. So they'll go, balashto wari, no munani ku Zambia. We should not just think of maize. In fact, let's not just be so narrow thinking.
So that's the reason why the president said one time I was watching him carefully. You were saying that, look, if I had to retire,
yes,
and if Yarama pension my presidents, I would rather they give me a land in Wapla province.
Oh, if he hasn't got it already,
it's like
he hasn't got it already, we don't know.
Just give me 5 years, and you're going to see what I'm going to do. And you know the reason why he was saying that is because if you have been to the Wapla province, Northern Circuit, there's abundance of water, there's abundance of greener pastures, but we do not we don't keep cattle. But it's not at the level that if you look at the southern province. If you look at the terrain of the southern province compared to the northern circuit, you'll be shocked. You'll be like, wow, if there Ingombe is thriving, what if we had to bring Ingombe, the pure breed, his breed in the Wapra province, in the swamps?
Can I chip in just there? There's a story that is told that HH was in the plane with some in the helicopter also. Then he was asking the people he was with in the plane, say, what can you see down there? They were telling him, now we can see grass. Others were saying we can see water. He said, no, look properly. What can you see there? No, we can only see grass. When they asked him, what can you see yourself at? I can see heads of animals, ingombe. Kind of thinking. You know, the only thing that is a hindrance in those areas, according to what we learn in school, is that there's a sesefly. Now, in this time and age, with all the technology, surely, can you fail to control a sesefly?
No.
You can dip your animals.
Let me tell you one thing. The first time I went to the Wapra province, I was going to boarding school. We were on Tuta Bridge, which is one of the longest, I think, bridge in Africa. Tuta Bridge.
Built by the Chinese, by the way. Thank you very much, Chinese.
Yes.
This bridge actually automatically it raises itself up when the tides are high. It raises itself up. They built it. It's really, really fantastic.
It's a wonderful piece of art.
Ndala one to Africa patuta. Jesus Christ. Usaroresha. But it's sir. Isabi. Yeah, but let me just get outside and in Sundeko or whatever. Now fuma panse mdala wandi. Who left their plains of wetland, wetland. Na muna fati. Utmana nkino dikers.
Yes.
What?
Black lechwe.
It's well, that's how people they live in the village. It's a swampy place. It's a swampy place.
Yes.
So they go there, the dikers, they call them dikers. Like, wow, this is so beautiful. I was like, wow, this place is beautiful. And this is Patutafe.
Yes. Now, what about the interior? What is there?
Exactly. So these are the things that the president was saying, like
I think there is a way that the conversation around the Wapura Basin was meant for agricultural, not pastoral. That this is where we need to do more agriculture, more rice fields, maize fields, and everything, rotational kind of cropping. If you are going to take in Ngombe Mudia, it means mwafumiamo agricultural land.
No.
Ichani chaku southern province, ichani chaku fiadi pusana weli taking ngombe. Ngawala sende ngombe lefuna kuwa kuna in southern province to northern. They will tell you about the additional costs that you are going to have to manage and get the animals there. The country was going through zoning. The zoning to say, in the southern part of Zambia, we must increase animal production and create river systems and foliage and everything southern because of the terrain and also the nature of the grass that is there. Okay. The northern part was meant that it should go for the crop farming, which means I'm a farm blocks. That's why when you see from Chisamba all the way the rain patterns and the soil systems there are very good for crop production. So let's move into that and become maize belt. For instance, we create a maize belt which should be able to produce and sustain the entire Zambia and Southern Africa.
Okay.
Then the wetlands are a protected place. Bangweulu wetlands. They are now, the United Nations actually have designated that as a protected area. The Bangweulu. Exactly. It is a basin which supports a very huge ecosystem. So you destroy the biodiversity that is there. That is why it was something.
What we're saying is to bring more animals in Wapula province. That's the topic.
He has a point. Mr. Kadea has a point.
Look.
I'm just
okay. Hold on.
No, hold on. I've been listening to you, gentlemen. I'm the only female voice on here. Let me
go
come
ahead,
on.
the female voice.
I'm just laughing at all of you.
For the first time, dog. I am going to agree with our beloved residents, PS version of things when it comes to Luapula, because there have been scientific studies done. So he's not talking from without. He's coming here with scientific facts from the UN organ that's responsible for conservation and that stuff, plus the Zambian government itself did their own studies. So I'm here to say what Mr. Chanda is saying. It's the truth. And we also have to factor in our own traditional, cultural upbringing of our people. Who have in Luapula, we're gonna have to train them to be cattle headers and to be commercial farmers. So that's where the issue is. You can't just get people that imenomba,
they nail only head.
I leave it there.
Okay. Danny has been quiet. Let's listen from Danny. I think Danny has been too quiet.
You guys, that is my master's degree.
Okay.
Let me teach you about Luapula province and animal rearing.
Go ahead, teacher. Go ahead, teacher.
Luapula province is endemic. That means there are diseases that are endemic there, they have been mapped by the Food and Agriculture Organization. There are 4 main diseases in Luapula that hinder rearing of cattle. There's East Coast fever, anaplasmosis, babiosis, and trypanosomiasis. You cannot eradicate those.
Data, professor.
So this thing of saying take a bull in Luapula, take a this there, it will die. There are only few breeds of animals that you can raise in Luapula province because of these 4 diseases. Okay? And we cannot say, we can eradicate this. No, these are tick-borne diseases. Some of them are viral diseases. Okay? They spread very, very fast. You cannot really control them. It's very, very difficult to control them. And that's the reason why you cannot export meat, for example, we cannot export meat to the European Union because of these diseases that we have in those parts of our country. HH is trying his best to eradicate these diseases that are found in these areas. That's why he has put these zones now. He's zoning the country to make sure we try our best to make sure those areas are free of these 4 diseases, East Coast fever, anaplasmosis, babiosis, and trypanosomiasis. We need those zones are really controlled such that people cannot move animals out of there, move animals in there. And then we get, the animals are tested every month for these diseases and certified for export. So it's not a matter of saying, yes, let's take things in Luapula and all that. It's not that easy, okay? It's very, very complicated. So that area, on the other hand, is very, very rich in potassium. The grasses are very good in potassium, which is very good for growing of crops. So animal rearing, no, it will not happen, okay? Animals are going to be dying. The productivity is going to be very low. Because of those 4 diseases in that area. They are endemic. Endemic means they are always there and they'll always be there unless you put in billions of whatever dollars there to eradicate them. But animal diseases are not very easy to eradicate. Okay?
Okay. Yeah, that's a fair assessment. Thank you very much, Doctor, for at least.
Luapula is known, by the way, as a sesefly belt. It comes from Congo all the way into Zambia, that area. Half of Zambia is a sesefly. So if you want to control that disease, you have to work with Congolese and all these guys, which is impossible, really. The seseflies will come from Congo. They'll come into the Luapula and northern part of Zambia. So it's not easy to raise animals there, okay?
So what about all these other wild animals that are there already?
Wild animals are
okay. Let me tell you about wild animals. And wild animals are different from cattle. Okay, they have an immune system that is totally different from our domesticated animals. Okay, you can get one tick which carries a disease and put it on a cow. One only. That animal is gonna die. But you look at these lecheways and all that, if you do hunting or whatever, you get one, you find it will have hundreds and hundreds of ticks on them, but they are healthy. They don't get sick. They are resistant to tick-borne diseases, wild animals, okay? That's why they don't die. So the immune system is totally different. It's evolution. We have lowered the immune system of our domesticated animals, dogs, cats, cattle, because of our domesticating them. Remember, we brought them from the bush 15,000 years ago to stay with us. Their immune system has been lowered compared to their traditional cousins in the bush, okay? So the buffaloes, all these wild animals, their immune system is very, very good, very, very high. They will never get sick, though they have a lot of these diseases in their body. They will never, ever get sick. Okay? That's why.
Little chickens.
The immunology.
Okay.
No.
So, okay. I think this one is been tapped on. Let's go to the over 3,000 health workers that have been employed. People are complaining that why just 3,000 workers? But I'm like, what? Why not 3,000 workers? Over 3,000 health workers. So, meaning for different sectors. For example, we impact on health delivery in the rural sector. Solving certain issues in terms of staffing and sustainability in the sector of employment. So we are saying, like, why not this now? Because people are saying, yeah, cheap.
Yeah, cheap. No.
Bachelor,
Let me start this one.
No. Before you start, no. Let me start. I claim I claim my ladies first. Yes.
Okay.
So let me start with this one because I'm going to combine that with the recruitment that just happened in the police service. You guys are aware hundreds of young people are going to the police college. A list just came out from Noya yesterday, and the other hundreds are going to paramilitary. There haven't been any advertisement in the paper. Anybody sees any?
I've heard about that story. I don't know how true it is, but I've heard about it.
It is very true because I confirmed it.
Okay, so I heard that too.
I've been talking to police insiders. I'm still using my journalistic skills. Nobody, even the lower level policemen didn't know about this recruitment. Only the top management knew about this recruitment.
Database.
And do you know what they were doing? Do you know what they were doing?
Yes, they went to the database.
No, they were getting kickbacks. To put some of the names there. The police are the people in charge of hiring.
Okay. Yeah.
That's a fact.
Oh, okay. So how many people are there? What are we looking at? How many people?
If people are complaining, that's valid, and we need to fix it. We can't go back to the days of the PF. That's my as far as the nurses. I think the health ministry did the right thing. So there will always be, even if we had to employ 20 to 50, 100,000 nurses, there will still be people complaining because people are forgetting we are coming from a backdrop of 10 years of people not being employed. So where do you think that manpower went? And we have 2011 thousands of colleges and universities producing doctors and nurses. The UPND is playing catch up, but the need is vast, and also we have too many people on the streets who are trained nurses and doctors. Not everybody is going to be absorbed today or next year. When you are coming from 10 years of not having any recruitment. So we need to be realistic. Kudos to the health ministry, the police. I think we need an investigation. I rest my case.
Can I come in now?
Let me comment. I think you take a little bit of time. Give me a minute, just 1 minute, or just on top of that backdrop. So I feel personally that when I read that article, I was like, how authentic is this? Now you said you confirmed it. I can tell you that is not a good thing. We are going right back where we are coming from. You know, I think politicians are always using the same old tactics that don't work. PF did it. They recruited all these, violent criminals as police officers, and now whatever the reasons why we are even hiring people secretly, when we shouldn't be doing that. I think we're more of a better government than everybody else. You know, I think they should not. I don't know how much the president knows about that, but I think many of the times when you see something like that, it seems to me like maybe they're trying to appease the so-called youth that are complaining that you have no jobs. Now they secretly get them in there and get this kind of work, jobs in government. You know, I don't know. It's crazy. It's just not right. I think it's the way they went about it is not right. Should they hire people? Yes, but just how they went about it, secretly hiring that many number of people, not a good idea.
I'm not sure on this one. I have to confirm because I cannot, comment on something that I don't know or I've got no knowledge about. So on this one, I can say look, I think maybe it's just internet propaganda or something. But personally, I do not believe.
On a serious note, I beg to differ on this one. Let's call a spade a spade. Okay? Let's call a spade a spade. What happened with the police recruitment is a disaster. That's a fact. You know, it's a disaster. I know people are saying, oh, there was a database. Database? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Where was the database?
Database. A lot of people have applied.
No.
Is it the first time that people have applied?
Mr. Masha, let's not. No. Let's go and spade a spade. What happened there? No, what happened there is wrong. Let's own it and fix it. Let's own it and fix it. Let's own it and fix it. We made a doo-doo there. So let's not come here and say, let's not sugarcoat things. That's not what no. The fabric of UPND is not about that. And I'm speaking as a UPND supporter. Okay. Yeah, I'm speaking as a UPND supporter. When it's wrong, let's call it what it is. It's wrong. But let's fix it.
You are giving us your opinion. You are giving us your opinion.
No, I've gathered the facts. I've gathered the facts from people in the inside. It's not an opinion. It's a fact. No. It's a fact.
Okay, let me give you my opinion.
I beg to differ on this. Go ahead.
My opinion is that they have been using a database. There's evidence to say several people applied to police service. Can I?
No, I just wanted to give a quick answer. I don't want to come and ask you. I am giving less than 30 seconds. I was just trying to say it. Last time you said that thing that eats and destroys itself. What do you say it is called in Tonga?
It's called the monkey. It's called the monkey. The monkey. It's called the monkey.
No, it's Jihunya. It's Jihunya. It's Jihunya.
Now listen. My opinion is this. Evidence is there that several thousands and thousands of people have applied to Zambia police to be picked. And those letters, we are told, they are never thrown out. They are just kept somewhere. So I believe why I'm coming out with that opinion is that there's that heap of letters, and the people that applied, there was a selection process that happened. Maybe they over-selected by maybe they needed 2,000, and then they just selected 500. So that 1,500 which were already selected, they met the criteria. It was easy for those 1,000. It's just a number. it was easy to just get those that were already selected, who made the criteria to be said, okay, these people, we are going to put them. It's my opinion. Don't blame me. It's my opinion. So, because people should not sit and get new allowances to recruit, to select, time is not with us. So, since we already have these that were selected, let's put them on the people that are going to be taken to Relay Police College. I end there. Then number two, it's my opinion. It's my opinion, yes, database. Because we've had database being used to select teachers, teachers did not apply, nurses did not apply, even doctors, they use the database. We need to, even companies, there's the CV bank, CV bank. Sometimes when they want to employ, they just go back to their bank and say, okay, this CV is good. Who is the one of this CV? They call you. They call you. Oh, we've been looking at your CV. Are you available? Yes. Maybe the database it was okay. Being an election year, maybe they didn't want to cause a lot of excitement. And by the way, I'm still explaining something.
Mr. Mata, let me reclaim. I want to reclaim my time. I want to reclaim my time.
Why the list is very good? Why the list is very good is that when you look at it now, you cannot compare it to the other ones. The names there are assorted. They are mixed. It's a mixed grill. I'm happy with that list because it's mixed. It's all over. It's a mixed cut. It's not biased, but it's well represented. And if it's well represented, even if it's a good, in fact, it's a good mistake. It's well represented. Yes. That's my opinion. That shows my level. That shows my level of thinking.
Yes. You see, but Daniel was saying something that when he sat down to tell us about the animal control and all that, he told us that was his master's thesis. I have a master's degree in human resource management from the University of Regina in Canada.
You teach us. We have no problem. Teach us.
Everything that you've said about how people should recruit is wrong.
Database.
Yes, database is not used the way you're saying it. All companies, you advertise before you use the database. Or it is not private sector employment you're talking about. This is public sector recruitment systems. They are very different from private sector recruitment systems. Very different. It's day and night. Public sector recruitment, takwa wokufisa. There is nothing like that. It must always be preceded by public announcement. And then people compete. Even if you want to use your database, you can come and tell people, yes, for this recruitment, which you advertise for this time, we use the database from this time to this time. 1 year or whatever. And also database
okay.
have
all right. Okay. All right. Let's keep Vagazia. That's a good wind up. I think we need to give guys. Go ahead.
I think I can do a little bit more good on this than damage, because
go ahead.
One of the things is I have done public sector recruitment. Remember when I was director of human resource and administration at National Prosecution Authority. When it was being moved from all these law enforcement agencies to NPA, I was one of the first senior management there. And even when we wanted a driver, we had a database, but we would advertise and they have interviews. And they have an interview report. You go there to say, let's see the report, the interview report for 2015. When we are employing HR assist, you will find the report there. Who attended, what they scored, what was the criteria of scoring those people that you did. What you guys have done is bad. Remember our first conversations. What did I say? Even when the first teachers were being recruited, I raised an alarm on this platform. I said, guys, there should be an objective way of assessment. And I talked about the National Productivity Department as a Minister of Labor that does up to the testing, so that you know how a person is going to feel.
All right.
So that you eliminate and know that people didn't listen to. What happened? We had the people who were erroneously elected without having the grade 12 certificates. That came out on that recruitment of the 40,000. So many people were recruited in the similar fashion because we have taken away the vetting system. The system should vet itself of wrong candidates getting into the public service. That's why you have teachers dancing and endorsing the president when they shouldn't be.
All right. Okay. Okay.
Don't interrupt me.
No, Nampwisha. I mean, you've been talking for some time now.
Everybody, no.
Close your point.
Yes. Don't interject. You're wasting the time.
Close your point.
One, on this one, ye kutati mwavuka fi mwapanga 4,000 mwaingishe nchito is bad, man. It is so bad that you have created. This is dangerous. You can't just recruit security personnel. Aba buroku ishiba namba defo unoko basa mbili leta mwa ishiba. Mwaisa imape mwafu mi at least 4,000.
Only.
I want to fish from the number figures. So, in any case, I think
this one we are wrong.
Bakazia, hold on.
But Bakazia, I'll keep quiet because you are the moderator wanting me to stop talking. I will stop talking and listen to others.
Yes, you can't overtake everybody else because there's so many people that want to talk.
Speaking, other people must be speaking. Stop interjecting. You are making it different. Okay.
What's your point? I think you've been saying the same thing over and over.
No, because you've been interjecting consistently.
Conclude your point.
Let them talk first and then they'll talk last. Because you can't be you are interjecting unnecessarily, Bachanda. I just open the mouth, you jump in. You shut me up.
I was cut short as well. I was cut short before I could even finish. Because I meant to contribute to a point where you were saying the numbers are not enough, especially for the health sector. People would complain, say, why 3,000? Why only that?
Who said that?
Okay, here's the thing. My thing is this. When I introduced the topic,
yes,
the opposition, yes. If you go on just go on the internet, they'll say 3,000 it's exactly over 3,000. Why that number? They should employ more.
That's a point I wanted. That's a point I want to answer now, because I had it in mind. You see, when you talk about employing more or employing less, it's like going to a friend's house. You find they are eating very small quantities of food. Maybe you should ask to say, you should know when you are cooking wadi soap. You look at the quantity of mealie meal, and you don't just cook kushima anyhow. First, you look at the amount of mealie meal. Of course, water is in abundance. So if someone complains, say, why have they employed very few people? We're looking at the income of the nation. How much do they have? What vote is there to employ other people? From the sector of the economy, how much money can be spared to employ more people? So to me, that's the right number which can be affordable to pay. It's a wage bill that will come up. To what extent should it go up? What are the limits? They are looking at patient doctor nurse ratio. They are looking at maybe doctor 1 to 12,000, or is it a nurse 1 to whatever thousand? So when we employ this 3,000 or this 2,000, the ratio will go down. Truly speaking, there is nowhere where the ratio for the doctor or patient will come to 1 to 10. It's not possible. They just have to keep minimizing it. And whoever is employed in the health sector or education sector, they just minimize the ratios. They don't then bring them to satisfactory levels. It's about minimizing. So there's no way someone would say should have employed 10,000. That is not should not be the thing.
I think let's hear from Dr. Chikonka. Chikonka.
Yes. So I've been hearing a lot of thing going on about this. I already made my comment regarding this recruitment. Are you still talking about the recruitments by the Zambia police?
No, health workers.
Oh no, I missed that one.
Okay, so there's the government has employed over 3,000 health workers, and we're trying to figure out. Some people are saying, especially in the opposition, that 3,000 is nothing.
Okay.
The government should have done more, and I'm like, this is better than nothing. I mean, looking at
you're right. I'm in the health sector myself, so I understand exactly. But also, if you think of it, I'm in private health sector, obviously here. But if you think of the government, I think they can only employ what they can pay, who they can pay, and how much they can pay. You see, they obviously look at the budget. How much money do we have to pay so much? I mean, there's so many medical schools there, nursing schools there, and all the health people that are graduating pretty much every month, if it's not every other month, and they're just being in the pool to be employed, unfortunately, through the public service system. But the public service system only has enough money, like so much, to employ people, as much as they have so much needs. So I think, the government is being smart about employing just what they can afford. It's not a good idea to employ people that you can't pay, because again, you put yourself in a bad situation. Yeah, so I don't know how I can best comment on that. I think they should probably minimize the graduation rate of all these, all these people that are coming into this sector until somehow they offload the market, or maybe direct them into different areas of training. Because in our country, we're not growing any bigger. I think we are where we are, and I believe it's going to be growing slow. It's a slow growth, but then so many people to do the same job. It's
now,
just becomes
question, doctor. How does it impact on rural healthcare delivery?
Yeah.
Like, of course, I mean.
Okay, so yeah, you're right. In many ways, I wish this could be just a conversation regarding that. I have always been advocate of saying, first of all, they should cut the ministry. The ministry cut it in half, and some of it should deal with just the rural and urban rural communities only, and then the other part of it takes care of the urban area. Maybe they can manage to do certain things. Rural sector is completely underserved in Zambia. It's completely underserved in many ways. Some people don't even see nobody at all.
It's 48% staffing right now.
No, it's not 48% staffing because of the new system that they did. Was at the time that it was completely underserved, because everybody preferred to work in.
Yeah, and this recruitment is targeting the rural settings.
Oh, that's good.
The people that have the list is going to come out on Monday. Okay, it will be published in the paper on Monday, and where they are going to be posted. They have no choice. The government is targeting the rural settings. So these people that are being recruited, most of them will be posted in rural health centers.
Oh, that's what it is?
Yes. The list is coming out. My niece is one of those that might be picked. And she's already complaining that, oh my goodness, I don't want to go in the what if I'm picked, but I'm telling her that, don't worry. So they are posting them in a rural setting where the staffing ratio is below 48%. 48% in urban areas. In rural areas, is even less. So the health sector staffing ratio, is very, very low in Zambia. Wow. But yeah, that's one little fact about the people that are going to be recruited. They're going in a rural setting.
I think that's a plus. And that's something that we need to applaud the government for doing something like this, because just like, Dr. Chikonka said, Dr. Daniel said, like, look, we need more deliverable health sector professionals in these areas. If we don't have these people there, and then, we're not going to know where if we need the maternity ward, if we need this and so on and so forth. And these are the people that actually report to the government to say, look, here where you've posted me, there isn't even a mother shelter. There isn't even a toilet. And then people now will start.
Mother shelter. Did you hear about the mother shelter that was built without the clinic?
Oh my God, I laughed when I was that. That was the
Yeah.
reporter. It reporter. What do you call it, that report? What is it called?
Parliamentary thing.
This guy,
They built a mother shelter, but there's no
they
clinic.
built a mother shelter, and then there's no clinic, there's no hospital,
nothing.
there's
In
nothing.
the middle of nowhere.
And then it was like, and then they were asking him, I think he was trying to justify himself. I laughed. I was like,
CDF money.
I laughed. I was like,
That's a joke, man.
okay, why don't you take that money and build a health center first before thinking of a mother? Oh my God, I don't know these people. That they're employed. But in any way, let's move ahead. Let's go to the High Court. The presidency has appointed 19.
Submission to make on the health sector, because I know that the issues to do with the police will obviously be in my closing remarks. I'm coming back to that. I'm not over that. The question of the health sector is a good thing, but I think we need to work on our recruitment system. You know, you have a database 3 years, 6 years, then you come and use it in the election year. It creates suspicion, even if the intention might be good, but it creates suspicion in the people that are not actually, like what Chirufya said, the opposition, the ones that oppose government, police, and stuff like that. It creates suspicion, and they raise questions that are legitimate. So it is good if they can. This recruitment should have a cycle, which is starts this time, ends here, and another recruitment process ends here, starts here, ends here. It is what is causing these recruitment systems to be very political, and the people raising a lot of political questions is that we have open-ended recruitment cycles. So if I was in 2019 and someone finds my application when I was, looking to be an accountant in the Ministry of Health, and now there's a vacancy, then he takes my resume and employs me as an accountant without advertising. And maybe I've even moved on. I'm working on something else, but then all of a sudden I hear that I've been recruited. And also process.
Let's move ahead. We don't have the whole world or the whole time in the world. Let's move ahead. So I think the next point is the president. This is the most controversial issue. I think this is going to be very controversial. The president has appointed 19 High Court judges. Okay, so he has appointed. Now, what we need to discuss is why. Okay, and for the most part, I think most people are saying that, look, we have a backlog of all these cases and all these, judgments that need to be dealt with, but because the lack of judges, it's taking too long. Okay, so you find somebody from Sanga Nomulandu for a long time, before he goes there, then I think things needs to be done in a more systematic way. And now people are questioning, what is there a judicial independence in all this? Of course there is. What's the public trust? Everybody else, do you trust this system where we have more judges being appointed? I want to hear first of all from our lady Vakalinda, since she's the first lady. Let her give us a first thought or break the ice on this topic.
Absolutely, and seeing as I want to break the ice, I have a little question. Our resident, beloved peers, who has the powers to appoint judges in the country? What does the law say on that? Please educate me for just 20 seconds before I reclaim my time. Vakazia. What happened to Vakazia?
Yeah, I think it's called fishing.
No, I'm listening.
I asked you a question. Who has the powers? Who has the powers to appoint judges in Zambia?
Vakalinda, I'm having challenges because in Kanayambo, wanting to jump in.
No. Don't give me a long-rounded answer. Just tell me what it says in the. Who has the powers to elect a president? I mean, to appoint judges.
From the point of power, if it is the power that you're talking about, it's the president who has the power.
Thank you. I reclaim my time, Makazia. I reclaim my time.
Can I substantiate that point?
In 10 seconds. In 10 seconds.
If you hate Wakalinda already, Wakalinda wants to jump in.
I'm saying this is Wakalinda's time. That's what I'm saying.
So go ahead, Makazia, in 10 seconds.
Anyway, Wakalinda, you can say I will have my time to talk. I'll come and go ahead, whatever I want to say. I'll talk
Okay. Thank you. I reclaim my time. So anyway, so with that being said or established, the president has the power to appoint judges. Full stop. Now, if he has the powers, what's wrong with him appointing 19 judges? What's wrong with him doing it now? And these are high court. These are high court judges. We have. We're coming from the back. From the backdrop where it's taking years. People are dying in jails to get their justice because of an overload of cases. I mean, a simple case like libel, shouldn't it take 3 years? Are you kidding me? Because we have no judges? That doesn't make sense in a country like ours. We can do better. So I would say, thank you, Mr. President. And I look at that list. It doesn't represent, it cuts across all corners of Zambia. And those judges are very qualified. Some of them, I know them, like, I'll make a mention of Judge Gertrude Chuatama. She's a very excellent legal mind. She started as a magistrate, and look at her now. She qualified. So what's wrong with that? We have to tackle these cases, people. And then we're also dealing, with these high-level corruption cases. We have too many of them that needs to be taken care of, because we have a law now that says that if you're arrested for corruption, you have to be your case has to be discharged within 6 months. As it is, it's taking almost 4 years, 5 years just for one case. We can do better. I'll leave it there.
Justice delayed is justice denied. You see, hello?
The moderator, what do you
Hello. So in any case, that is good. Okay. No, we're here. We're here. So, but Danny, what is your take on this one? I mean, this is a very important, topic that we need to digest or dissect.
For me, this appointment has both. I would say there's two faces to it. Okay, there's a genuine, not political, genuine administrative face where the cases, everybody knows these cases are taking long in court. That's nobody can argue about that, including the PF themselves, the opposition themselves. Remember, they were asking about their case where the Mao Sampa cases and Chavinga's cases, they were taking long to be, taken care of. So now here they are, they're saying, no, this is the case is taking too long. And then the president is using that to say, okay, I'm going to sort this problem by appointing more judges so that they discharge these cases. So that's one part of it, of the story. But as politicians, they also have another hidden agenda about some of these things they do. They'll tell you that this is what we're doing because of this. Perfect. Because they are saying Lubinda's case should have been discharged last year, blah, 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 blah. Now it's still dragging on because we didn't have enough judges. That's one reason. The other reason, politicians never trust them. They always have hidden agendas. So to me, I feel also our party is getting ready for any political, judicial type of confrontations that might come up as we lead to the elections or after the elections. So basically, from their perspective as politicians, they're getting ready to have the house in order to be able to defend them if such a thing arises. So definitely, to me, that's the way I look at it. I think it has both the genuine reason as well as one hidden agenda. That's the way I think. I have no proof for that hidden agenda, but I have proof for the it's my own speculation, and I'm entitled to speculate.
Very much.
Yes, every human being. It's my own view that there's one area of this, and the other one is there must be something about it, fishy about it. I have no facts, but that's my own personal analysis.
Yes.
Mr. Himwani.
Yes, you see, I'll pick it from the other angle, but I'll get back to this one. The Kitwendola dual carriageway Lusaka and Ndola, it will be a dual carriageway. It will increase the time. It will reduce the traveling time. There will be more lanes created. Now, if certainly more judges are put in place to work, what do you think will happen to the disposal of cases? What will be the rate like? They're increasing the number of lanes on this traffic road, on this the road to justice. People should not be in cells for 48 hours. The case has not gone to court for 3 months. Reason, this judge is on leave, this judge is out. Why not employ more? So when you employ more judges, and according to the constitution, the president is just doing his job, I don't know what is wrong with that. We need people to be free. We need people. Justice delayed is justice denied. Why do you want to delay people to have justice if there's a way of making it fast by employing more judges? You see, anywhere, even when there is I'm weeding a field, I've seen that if I take too long, the maize where I had applied fertilizer is going to wilt, to be bad. I increase on the number of people weeding, so that by the time that fertilizer is working, the maize will be okay. The maize should not compete with the weed. You are just increasing the labor so that the outcome, we are interested in the outcome, output. What is this output? Justice delivered. It even contributes to good governance. You can't keep people in cells for a long time. But
that's very true. Well, I agree with you. You don't want to be in those cells, dirty cells, for a long time. You don't want.
No.
But here's the thing. The president is giving opportunity for opposition and for any Zambian individual, to have that opportunity to be able to, if you're innocent, bakupera bond, just staying, you're innocent, but you're in the cells, filthy cells and stuff like that. That's very unfair.
Bakupera bail, not
bakupera bond, whatever applies to according to your case.
You see, with these judges that have been appointed, more people are going to be given bail because there will be more cases that will be heard in courts of law.
Yes. What if at next, Nani?
Yes.
Next. Next.
Next.
You know,
Bail.
therefore,
Bail.
bond or not, you know, and
Bail,
depending on the
bail,
case, you know,
bail or
abantu
not.
awe
Bail.
uyo muntu uyu nikavola lalipa sana abantu abakaere nga twamufunya nga twamvika pa bondi, you continue doing it. Judge andati boom, uyo muntu no bail. Crap. You see what I'm saying? And then awe uyo muntu uyu. It's a very simple case, you know. I saw punka fio muntu, he didn't mean it and stuff like that. Okay, fine. Bill.
Arbitration. Can you move one outside the court? Some people
200,
even be,
you know, 250 kwacha, kabieni, bond, boom. You know, and then there's some high level cases. Mwasangatia, uyu muntu uyu is a risk to the country.
Flight risk.
You cannot allow him to go outside. The judge will say, you have to give your passport. Okay, you have to give your passport, and you have to be given you know, everything else, and then boom. So these are things that. But in any way, let's move ahead. I was looking at the next case, which was given Lubinda. Lubinda.
I thought that I'm also part of the discussants. And if you are going to deliberately, you know, like I'm not around, then it becomes a problem.
No, I don't know. I think you this topic that we're discussing, you were there. You were the first person to talk about it. Want to talk about it again?
Yeah, something to add.
No. Let me jump in here and help our resident PS. He did not contribute to this topic. The only thing he did was to answer a question I had before I answered.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Go ahead then.
You know, it is becoming difficult, Bachanda, now. The way you are doing things.
Don't think too much.
Go ahead.
You're thinking too much.
Because the way he overshadowing, like chop up. Anyway,
don't think too much.
You see, for me,
forgive your namesake. Yes. He hasn't gone to bed since Arsenal lost. Forgive him.
You see, if we think that the president doesn't have powers to appoint, that would be wrong. He has the powers to appoint. He has those powers, and that's why he appoints them, and then he sends them to parliament for them to be ratified. It ends there. If they are ratified, they become judges. If they are not, it is not. Now, what Dan has raised a lot of things that are clear. You know, you can't come and add 40 appointees in an election year. Because people ask the questions. It's not about you will be putting the people in a credibility test the moment they are appointed in the election year. If they would do anything that the public is not anticipating them to do, they say no wonder they were appointed during the elections. And that is what Wadan is trying to bring out to say. You know, in the justice system, timing, consistency, and trust are very, very, very important. The issue is that why appoint judges? Of course, everybody knows that. Okay, we are appointing judges because we want to speed out. We are using the narrative that is known. Why should the system be so responsive at the most politically sensitive moment, like now, Panope, Napavati, and my elections, and they say, Elama judges, the system now becomes very responsible to appointing them. Is this the first time that the UPND government is learning that there has been a problem with the number of judges that should have been appointed? And I saw somewhere where it was saying that, oh, these are long-term appointments that were done sometime, Kale, and they were not appointed. Now, if you even had that information, why didn't you act on it when you should have acted on it? You know, it is like now we are pushing into the political system. And this is just a trend that has happened in Zambia. whereby ordinary citizens report cases, they delay. The system struggles, my explanations vatupera. Ngakwava my elections number all of a sudden 40 judges vaingira. It is very, very difficult, I'm telling you. The integrity of the judiciary is seriously going to be taken. I know some of them that were, I know some of them who have been appointed.
I have a question, Bakazi. I have a question, I have a question that will help this discussion. Do you have, yes, you can continue. Do you have any information of like maybe how many vacancies have occurred in the judicial service? Maybe there are some judges that have retired.
The judiciary is always having people retiring and the people coming in.
Maybe there are 40 that have retired.
But matter, when you take that simplistic view of the discussion of the matters, you see, when you take a simplistic view, it is okay, it feels good. It doesn't sort out the innate questions that people are raising. The innate question that, for instance, I would raise is that this is what you know has happened. Why do you come at the point now when you are going to the elections, you appoint 40, and some of them are people that are your party members? You know, when you appoint who is openly declaring that, oh, I'm going to stand as a member of parliament under the UPND ticket, and then the next thing, he is going to be a judge. And that person sits there. I'm now appearing before him. I was criticizing him last week for a partisan stance that he took, and then the next day I'm appearing for him, and you're expecting me to say, oh, I'll get justice from that person? These are credibility issues to the process. It's not that nobody, I would be insane to think that, oh, the president has no powers, or he should know. It's the timing of the justice system needs trust. If you are shooting on the trust using the powers, it's not everything that you are supposed to use power. You can use power, and that's why they say you use power wrongly. It is allowed, right now. People are complaining. Why? And then number two, it's a cost thing. Colleagues, do you know how much it means to have one Supreme Court judge, one High Court judge? Do you know that they are sitting now, immediately now, they are going to be retired? If they are in public service, they're going to be retired and they're going to be on a pension. Do you know how much we pay for one judge? Do you know that these people are not contributing to a pension system? Now, we will be demanding services from government. We will be demanding services, schools. Look at what is happening right now in Mansa. There's a strike. The people that were supposed to be on CDF for finance, they have not been paid. Now the kids are striking. It's not that government wants to keep them without money, but we are creating these balloons of government consumption, which is going to go into another level of thing. It feels good for those that have been appointed. I wish them good. I know some of them are really, really credible. Some of them, I worked with them at NPA, National Prosecution Authority, very level-minded, educated, master's degree, 15, 20 years at the bar. Yes. But really, do we need that now? If the answer is yes, in the line the way UPND is saying, let's see how the system goes. And we're going to be creating a problem for ourselves. The timing is wrong, and I still agree with Badani. There's something sinister that the UPND government is planning around these 40 appointments when it is election time.
Something sinister? There's nothing sinister about it. I can tell you one thing. There's nothing sinister about this. Nothing. There's nothing sinister. I mean, look,
it is my
security.
It is my
security of a nation.
Yes,
no I think here's what we need to understand: this security of a nation. It needs to be dealt in two folds, and one in cadreism, and two governance systems. Now, we in the past have been whitewashed, especially during the Patriotic Front, where it was one-way, security system, where people can just come up and just beat you up because they're wearing a red shirt. People will just come and tell you, hey, wow, come back Chitonga. Those are the things that we've been fighting for.
Please.
No, this is my time. Me, when you were talking, I didn't interject you. Excuse me, sir. I didn't interject you when you were talking. So these are the issues that most Zambians have come to realize that okay, no matter how much you want to bring this, nibate, lakini tu kumfumo, and the informo nani HH he said, look, I want to bring back sanity to the community. Every community you can go and sit and talk about and discuss this. Well, just the way we're doing right now. It is sanity in the community. Yeah, you may not realize it, but this is sanity in the community.
What topic are you discussing, Wachanda? What topic is that?
What topic is what?
What topic are you discussing right now? Because now I seem to be lost. Just help me out.
Okay. All right. So because you okay. So the question is this. You pose the question. Okay. And what I'm trying to just bring you to speed.
What?
Okay.
What was my question?
You've been questioning on how we've been dealing with all these issues in the UPND.
Yeah, but the question is, what topic are you discussing right now? Because now I'm lost. I don't know if others are following.
Look, Bachada, you were talking about your most burning topic was you didn't want hold on.
Hello? Rachilufe.
Bachilufe bali febeka pe bonne mona.
No, never be mona Rachilufe. But bamesa mule upo muli.
Eponje pa.
Rachilufe mwa gwisa. Ngaba dani epo bali.
Kulifa imwana ine. Kulifa imwana ine.
Ngaba kalinda bali kuna baya.
I don't know what's happening.
No, I think everybody's here. I don't know. That nobody's here. Everybody's here.
You have just responded.
Ngaba dani epo bali.
Bachkonka.
I'm here. I'm singing only Bachilufia. Bachilufia, did you change your hosting format?
I don't know what happened.
Yeah, you may have pressed the buttons because sometimes it will hide if you press a certain button.
Oh.
Yeah, it will hide other speakers. So try with those.
Okay, we are back.
Yeah, you owe me $10 for this.
So, Wachanda and Wachilufia, you were talking about not being on the same page, on the same chapter. Can you please?
I was asking you what you said. What topic are you discussing right now?
Yes, you're not on the same page.
Yeah, you're not on the same page. Maybe you want to take a guide.
Update us. Oh, we should continue talking as he thinks of what is coming next now.
Yeah. I think
Any move for in
Namumfa. Tapali chibumba bamwita namumfa.
I heard you.
Tapali chibumba.
You know, it is like you are worried with setting a precedence. If we are coming from a time when things were bad, wherever we are going, especially if we are going forward, we should not have such tendencies.
No, Ramasha, it means that the tendencies have not ended. So we are still in the bad. If you are going to, you know,
end.
When people do wrong things, and then they say, no, we're like, take to refuma. Because if a person is going to say, no, we
need to move on.
So, if we are in the past, we are not. It is a continuation.
We need to move on to something better, not what is there.
We need to move to something new.
Yes, we need to raise the bar.
To another level, another degree, whereby how do you appoint 40 people in an election year? Parliament kwashara 2 weeks in Shiapa. For what? Some people there, when are you going to vet them? When is Parliament going to vet each and every person who is been nominated? Because
done in a hurry.
The problem is that you can quite a group endorsement, but then there are people that are good within those that have been appointed, and other people of questionable characters, and people have raised issues with them. When are you going to go into those and then say, okay, yes, maybe character, or maybe see something that was ill intent about him, he is not that person. Who's going to do that? And then when is Parliament going to say, okay, we have, because for a judge, report, when are you going to have that people sitting and say, okay, Bamacha na abashita appoint wa judge. Kanisi Bamacha bale puma abantu paka bale every day, you say, bale wekatepo na mama sales. So, number Bamacha, shiba cha net Bamacha is a criminal.
Ulalier.
Bakalinda, what is that?
Yeah, so, wafia sana. So, in fact, lelo na chatamba, one person sent me a video of you know, my bottle fish, just to throw you out, you know, throw you off topic.
Bottle fish.
Bottle fish. Kwali wa bottle fish kula pula. It's one of the most, it's one of the best testing fish that you like. Yeah, they call it a bottle fish. Bottle, but it's a fish. You know, one of the best fishes in the world. That's it? That's what you call it? Yeah. That was my favorite. That time, I'm at days that was my favorite. Every time I want to get this one. That was even this why picker. The aroma is so nice. You don't even have to put spice. You don't have to put spice. So nice. No, but we want to let's move ahead. I think we need to talk about you know, given Lubinda. He was crying about his you know, loss, and then of course after that we can also talk about our own internal political you know, digest of Mr. Charles Longwe. So the new president. So we can look at all these two issues, these two topics in tandem, and realize, look, Lubinda, I don't even understand why he's even complaining now, because he had the opportunity to actually become a president of the Patriotic Front.
Katuishibakazia, you're giving him some false information. I don't understand it.
Okay, let's push it.
He had the opportunity to become the president of the PF, and he just fumbled. Nira kwata wakopasa nchito wakana kusebenza. Oh, you see what I'm saying? Like, the guy had the opportunity to become the president of the Petroleum Fund. He was one of the first people, but he was just fumbling. He was just like, he fumbled. Like, I rest my case. I want to. They can come in and discuss on that one.
You see, Bachanda, this is one thing I'll tell you about it. Like anyone Lubinda, leave the money alone. Fish Bachita Lubinda, whereby they are giving false information. No, he is exercising his democratic rights. He is, just like the man who has taken over UPND is also exercising his democratic rights. Even the people that went to report to him, who
was taken over UPND?
Who are we going to be talking about? Eh?
No, nobody has taken over UPND, so I don't know what you're talking about.
UPND, the one who has even appointed a new secretary general, the one who went to report to court. My mom advised that police. When the police have been very clear in the past to say those are internal members.
Nobody has taken over UPND. Please don't mislead the public.
No, I'm not misleading them.
No, not on this platform. You cannot mislead the public on this platform. You say that somebody has taken over UPND. There's nobody else taken over UPND.
To say that, when I tried to interject you, you told me to shut up very fast and say it is your time. So you, Bachanda, can also keep quiet. It is my time. You have time to respond to what I'm saying. There is a man who was appointed by Longwe to be the Secretary General for UPND. He's there. You've seen him. He said he's a founder member, and now he's taken over as president of UPND, and even dismissing. He has fired the Honorable Cornelius Mwetu and others from the party. He has said that. So, but then when you report him to police, the police say, well, this is an internal matter. It's an internal matter. No, we can't have issues like that. For me, I think I have a serious problem with it. Because it is why we give legitimacy to things that don't make sense. If imwe na mkwata marangozi yenu UPND, va PF na mkwata marangozi yabo na wakwata, let each one sort itself out without government interference. Me, the only thing I don't like is where government wants the party UPND. You have a lot of things to think about, things that we should be discussing and providing ideas on how the country can move forward. I don't even know him and stuff like that. But you are there wanting us to start giving legitimacy. This is how we give legitimacy to things we shouldn't be talking about on the forum. I thought this forum we should be able to talk slightly more on policy matters, advise what can be done right, center forward. Now, when you bring what happened to PF and the exactly same trajectories happening to as UPND, now you must because you've been the architects of these things. Now, if you have some UPND, now you have some social media platforms which are linked to UPND and the government, going after another person within UPND or let's suspect that is creating problems. I was leading course and whatever there, where now the Gary come. But you could know that you could feel money. So let's just strengthen our democratic institutions. Simple. Government, run government, and run the political party in power. Let other political parties run their own systems. Let them choose who their leaders are going to be and compete. Number mutemwe mingarato. Number mwamba no kuipika mu mingarato ine mutemenwe. Ya Afrika number na mchipani chenu mingarato mambo kuipika. That's why now, how many statements are we going to hear on the same matter? Where is the coherence Wakalinda should be able to speak about this. I want to hear her voice on the coherence of information and the dissemination within the UPND, and who should we trust? Lero kwaba police, mailo kwaba secretary general, the other day kwaba minister of this, the other day copper belt minister, the other day shani. No, who is going to give us the right information? Lero ni foto ambukula ndapali banani bobe ni balongwe right now kwambukula ndapali. What are we trying to do? Really, guys?
Okay. Wakalinda, you've been called out. Somebody has put out a calling card.
Please, Wakalinda, I want to hear you, Wakalinda.
The idea of talking about PF every week is just exhausting.
I know.
It's exhausting.
Ah, my
So,
God.
I mean, with that being said, shall we leave PF Vic?
Yeah,
It's just exhausting.
Let's leave them.
Yeah, let's move on. As far as what did Makasia say? I didn't hear that.
From the moon to the sun.
Yeah. So now, as far as the UPND thing is going, Rangos, whatever you can call it, SPIF. Oh, come on. I mean, why are we even giving those people wings? If you look at the caliber of the people who are claiming, why are we giving them wings to fly?
Look at the caliber.
Yes, why are we giving them wings to fly? This thing will sort itself out. I rest my case.
Thank you. Okay, so last remarks. I think we need to go to last remarks. Going to close the show. Thank you. We need to put out, certain fires. So we'll start with Mr. Hamwami, and then we go to PS, and then you, and then we close. Let's start that way. But Hamwami, are you there?
Yes, I'm very happy.
Okay. So let's close up. Let's close up. Because we need to close.
I'm very happy that we talked in a very civil manner. Tempers could have flared. People maybe were not given chance to speak. It's normal as long as people are talking. No one is left out. Then my other point is on this being an election year. Let's encourage people to vote. Let's teach them to be civil. If we have cadres that we know who are violent, let's tell them the place for violence is out. We need credible elections. Let's not even rely on other people from other countries to say to come and credify, if ever there's such a word, to come and give our elections credibility. Why not ourselves? Why should we rely on people from outside? Zambia is a Christian nation, surely. The oldest democracy, 91. We are a beacon of democracy. Why do we even need someone else to come and check on what we are doing? We certainly can do better than that one. And then the other thing is on the economy is picking up. Us who are knowledgeable with where we are here, let's spread the good things that are happening. People should have hope in the government. People should have hope in the leaders. People should have hope in a finance minister. We know how other finance ministers have handled their economies, have handled their balance of payments, their debt restructuring. If we see something good about which the government is doing, let's tell the people. We should not just be there sowing seeds of discourse, making people just create discontent. Us who know, us who are exposed, we've seen things better elsewhere. Let's be ambassadors of peace. I yield.
Okay. And of course, Vakazia or Vakalinda. Yep, nobody's there.
Akazia.
Wakazia can go there.
I wish to echo Bamacha's statement. You know, the way we talk to each other and the language that we use.
Yep.
Hello. He's gone.
With my last remarks, I will say Zambia. Let's come back.
Akazia mwachia kuisa.
He
went fishing.
I'm back. Some agents of my enemies had sent some, some unscrupulous things to my network, but I'm back. So,
did they?
Yes, I'm back. So here's what I'm going to say about that. God, I'm so talked out this weekend. So can I just simply say, North London will be red again. I leave all my. That's why we will be back. In Arnold Schwarzenegger's voice, we will be back.
I'll be back. Okay. So I think like me with my point, I will say, look, moving forward, Zambia, Zambia. We need to. Wakazia. Oh, okay. Wakazia tamlandile kanshi nambuisha na last Tawachupisha? Okay, finish then.
He's not there again.
He's not there.
He's not there.
So, moving forward, the issue of exports, jobs, and hello.
Oh no, I was saying that. Finally, I was saying that on this platform, I'm happy that we discuss very openly. We kind of challenge each other's thinking, and we challenge each other's way of looking at things, which is really good. And we also speak openly, and we speak our minds out. So, thank you very much, Vachanda, for this platform, and we hope that we continue on this path. Thanks.
Thank you very much. I think we've unpacked most of the headlines, and we want to, I thank everybody that participated in the program today, and we can continue next week because obviously we've got other things to do. Thank you very much, and God bless, and have a lovely weekend. Goodbye, guys.